Happy New Year, guys. I have been home all week with a sick kiddo, so I thought that I would give you guys some tips for helping you guys out because I have become well aware that there are a lot of sick kiddos out there, because when I called to make a doctor's appointment, they're only taking kids that have been sick for at least 3 days. They're only taking kids on a same-day basis, and they only have one doctor to see all of these sick kids. So tomorrow is our day. We get to call and see if we get in the lottery of seeing the doctor, but until then, it's been a lot of late nights, a lot of medications and all the stuff. So I thought I would help anybody else out who needs a little extra help, maybe keeping some of the stuff together. Maybe you're doing it by yourself. Maybe you have multiple sick kiddos because, you know, it just runs through the family. Fortunately, it's just my youngest. He's the only one who's sick, but he's the youngest, so it's always like the hardest. He's a kindergartner, so it's like the first time he's been like sick. It's been a few late nights staying up with him, making sure he can breathe, all of the stuff that you have to stay on top of, the medication and timing and everything. I'm rambling, I'm tired, I can sleep, but this is important, so let's get started, I guess. Let me show you what's going on. Here I have some stuff set up for tonight, early tomorrow, that kind of stuff. Here I have like the different pages where I keep track of the medications and everything, but right here I have the next 4 medication doses set up here. These ones need to be taken with food, so I just put like a small number of like goldfish to go with it, just to keep all of the doses straight. It doesn't have to be goldfish, it could be, you know, like little cereal or crackers or anything like that if it needs to be food. I use these drink your water stickers to kind of help keep track of like how much water he's been drinking, and then I'll keep track of when he sleeps, when he needs to take what, and then what his temperature is. I make sure to keep the thermometer and usually a pen next to the notebook so that I know when I go to take his temperature. I write it down most of the time. I know I especially write it down if it's higher than it needs to be. Like usually sometimes if it's lower I'll forget, but I usually write it down. I like to make sure to keep hand sanitizer here, and then an easy way to kind of keep track of the amount of fluids he has had is something like this, where it will say like the ounces on it, and then I'll just pop the top, put a nice little thick silicone straw on there where it sticks up, and then he'll just go to town, and then I try to make sure he's getting at least like his 8 or whatever. And then to set us up here, he's asleep and he fell asleep at 2 a.m. I wrote it down. I'll draw a line, and then I know that at 4 a.m. I need to check his temperature. 5:20 I need to check his temperature. These are what would be a dose if he has a high temperature. I'll give him one or the other. If he's really tired and kind of out of it, I usually just try to go with the Tylenol because I don't want him eating. But since midnight tonight, basically he's had already like 8 ounces of fluids, so, and you know, some goldfish with some medicine, so not too bad. His temperature's down, and like I said, tomorrow we get to call the doctor and see if we make the lottery. So also because it's my 5-year-old that's sick, usually when you think, oh, I'm sick, let's have some soup. Well, 5-year-olds don't eat soup very well, or a lot, or it's just a whole thing. So I have some ideas for things that are not soup, that are still kind of nice and comforting. This is just some stovetop stuffing. Simplicity is key. It came from a box, but I did make sure to use butter, if you can have butter. I made sure to, instead of water, to use chicken broth. And then I opened up a can of the chicken here, the chicken breast, and I stirred it in, so it's more like a meal now because it has like chicken and stuffing in it. And since stuffing is one of my son's favorite foods, he ate this, and it was easy for him to eat, and it really worked out. He hasn't eaten much since he ate this. He's basically been living off of goldfish. So I'm also probably going to make tonight, since I have a little bit of time before I have to check his temperature, I'm probably going to end up making like this box of chicken flavored rice-a-roni, and then also making it with the chicken broth. And I'm going to make this one with vegan butter, so I can also double this as a lunch for my daughter, and some chicken breasts. I will stir that in with the rice so it's more of a meal, and this will be food for tomorrow. And here's the rice, and I also ended up adding a can of mixed vegetables into here as well. It also helps that I have something easy to just kind of microwave and eat, because I am running on empty basically and forgetting, since I'm keeping track of what he's having, and I just try to nap when I can. Also, because I'm anticipating going to the doctor tomorrow, I like to have all the information for the medications that I have been giving him over the counter. And then I will just put these in a sandwich bag and toss this into my purse. I've also found one of the most important things is to be flexible, because you never know what's gonna happen or what you're gonna have to do. So I like to use post-it notes now for things that probably aren't gonna get done, or may not get done when they've been scheduled to be done. So stay flexible. So update, we won the lottery. We were able to get in to see the doctor today. Well, I mean, I say get in, but the doctor came out to our car. He got a test. It was like a combination test to see if he had RSV, the flu, or that other thing that, you know, must not be mentioned because of things. And he was negative on all of those. So he just has some kind of a cold, like just a different kind of a cold virus. So it's all good. I was more worried about, I think RSV and the flu are going around here pretty bad. So we didn't want to get any of those. I hear the flu's really bad this year. So he hasn't had a fever today. So technically the doctor says that if he feels well enough and wants to, he can go back to school if he doesn't have a fever tonight. So I'm not sure if he's interested or not. I mean, I know he's ready to go back to school. I think because it's Friday, they're gonna have, I think it's somebody's birthday or somebody's half birthday. So it would be like a cupcake day, which he always knows when cupcake day is. So he'll probably push to go if he feels better. So it's Friday morning. Beto went all night without a fever. He's still exhausted because he's been trying to cough stuff up, clear his congestion and everything. So he's home today. He's going to rest for the weekend, and then he should be good to go on Monday. I'm hoping some of these tips and tricks have helped you guys, especially keeping track of the medicine doses and things like that. I know it really helped me when I went to the doctor and they asked when the last time he'd had anything was, and I know I sat there brain dead for a couple of seconds before I'm just like, wait a second, I have a list right here, which they seemed really happy with, so it was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are having a great new year. I hope everybody in your family is staying healthy, and I will see you next time.